And welcome to Mock the Week. I'm Dara Breen. Joining me this week are Andy Parsons, Ed Byrne and Mickey Flanagan, Jack Whitehall, Hugh Dennis and Milton Jones. We start with a line called Headliners. Here's a picture of the Communities and Local Government Secretary Eric Pickles with his boss. Well, what does PIBC stand for?
Is it his list of priorities? Is it pies, ice cream, burgers, communities?
Is it perhaps pressure intense, belt collapsing?
Or Pickles increases to bigger cup size?
Is it Pelican impersonation bemuses Cameron?
Is it what happens when one of them goes back to the Stone Age and starts investigating crime in PIBC?
Is it just simply pig-ignorant, bloated conservatives?
What if I wrecked your world and said it's nothing to do with Pickles' weight?
So are you trying to tell me it is not politician impersonates bouncy castle?
He's not, please, I'm begging, chocolate. Is it Pickles in benefits controversy?
Possibly. My Lord, absolutely right. Thank you very much, Hugh. Well done, very good. Yes, the answer I was looking for was Pickles in benefits controversy. This is the news that a letter leaked to the Observer from Community Secretary Eric Pickles' office warned that the government's planned changes to welfare policies could make up to 40,000 families homeless. This includes 20,000 due to the proposed £500 a week cap on benefits.
It's difficult to take the man seriously, is it? You know, let's face it, Mr. Pickles is not the name of a government minister. It is the name of a cat.
What's up, Mr. Pickles? What's up, Mr. Pickles? Do you want to make people homeless? Oh, Mr. Pickles. And thank you for the mouse, Mr. Pickles. That's the best gift you've ever had.
So they're not... I mean, the fact is that he warned the government that there would be 40,000 more homeless and nobody did anything about it, because presumably in the worst-case scenario, they're thinking they could hollow out Eric Pickles and 40,000 people could live in there. So...
He also said 40,000 people, the population of Swindon, will be left without their houses. And I thought, well, that doesn't sound that bad. Swindon's a shithole.
Have you ever been to Swindon?
Yeah, I went to school near Swindon. Obviously not in Swindon.
I was in Marlborough is very different from Swindon.
Is that far apart geographically? Culturally, it's about 4,000 miles.
I'm picturing the school that you went to, and I feel it's got more in common with Hogwarts than Swindon.
This Whaling, though, the Conservative minister, he said it wasn't going to make people homeless. He said it might lead to individual cases of housing mobility. Conniving tosspot that man is.
It was 6 weeks ago, wasn't it, the actual letter was sent? The email that was sent. That's where it was all happening.
It's in January.
But it was clever, because I reckon... my theory was that Cameron was trying to push through all those screwy policies whilst the royal wedding was on, so that it would be distracted. Like, oh, yeah, go out, enjoy the royal wedding. Have a street party, because you'll be sleeping on the street pretty soon. It'll be really fun. Don't drive. Price of petrol's gone up £17. Look at Pippa Middleton's arse.
I don't think that the intersection between people who are benefit cheats and people who enjoyed street parties for the royal wedding, I think there's very few distractions. Shameless held a royal wedding special.
But I saw Benefit Cheat recently, right? I went to Glee Live at the O2, and you know the one in the wheelchair? He got up and danced. What was he doing? It was insane. I know, it was like it's a dream sequence. Like, you can't do that.
In other news, what?
Is there other news?
There is amazing, there is other news. What has Work and Pension Secretary Ian Duncan-Smith been calling for this week?
He has said, Ian Duncan-Smith has called on British bosses to employ more British people. And the British bosses have said that they can't do that because foreign workers work much more efficiently and the British have lost their work ethic. And that's as much as I'm going to say, unless I'm on double time. And I get another tea break.
Well, as a foreigner, I'll pick up the slack then, won't I?
The only thing I have a very left-wing and liberal attitude to Eastern European immigration. The only thing that comes to it is, though, is that you go, welcome them, let them come in, but then you get refused entry to a nightclub by a bouncer from Lithuania. And suddenly your lefty attitude to immigration takes a big step to the right for the...
It's not just bouncers from Lithuania who turn you away, though, is it?
Well, every bouncer on every nightclub door in Dublin now, it seems, are from Eastern Europe. And Eastern European bouncers, they're hard-working, they're conscientious, but they don't watch Mock the Week, right? It means nothing trying to get into a nightclub in Dublin. And then you hate yourself for the stuff you come out with. Lefty liberal going, what do you mean you won't let me in? We let you in.
I I had a letter published in the Daily Mail last week saying that a lot of Russian women get into this country inside other Russian women.
Eastern Europeans, they are very keen to work, aren't they?
Yes.
I mean, as an example, right, there was a Serbian and a Czech who were able to win the Wimbledon Championship in 2 weeks, whereas a British person with the same qualifications has been unable to do it for 75 years.
You don't mind having, like, efficient cherry pickers, but you don't want, like, an Eastern European traffic warden, do you? I gave out 500 tickets this morning. I gave out 500 tickets this morning. I need to drink some bar.
What does he go?
I grew up on Dracula films.
Parking ticket.
You cannot park here. No parking in this area.
Sorry, is that Dracula or Bob Dylan?
You cannot park here.
Presumably the traffic warden goes, and why are you parked here? And the driver goes, I couldn't get in the chimney!
Patrick, come here, Patrick.
We are lazy as a nation. Even as I speak, my shoes are on fire.
Which British sportsman had a bad week?
David Hay.
David Hay,
David
yes.
Hay, who was sad because he came away basically with a broken toe and loads of bruises. But he should count himself lucky. Most British blokes going to Hamburg for the weekend come away with an STI.
It's weird because I didn't know his fancy dress. He came as a baked potato. Unfortunately, the guy came as a boxer.
You know, I picked on him once at a comedy club. He was in the front row. And I sort of looked at him and said, all right, mate, what do you do? And he went, I'm a boxer. I said, I'll practice this expression. You can't come in, you're wearing trainers. You're going to need it one day. And he looked at me, he went... And I went, I'll move on.
They do have to do some stupid carry-on in their training, don't they, boxers? Have you ever seen when they got that little bag hanging there like that and spend ages just going... What is that? Is that in case you get attacked by someone who's hanging upside down from the ceiling with his hand tied down his back?
He kept razzing him up as well, which I don't understand why boxers bother doing that. When he was trying to get him all riled up, oh, you talk like Borat, and was like, yeah, right. But don't get him annoyed, because he's about to go into a ring and punch you. If I was boxing at someone, I'd spend all the pre-stuff just being really nice to them. Like, you know, oh, after this, let's get a pizza and watch You've Got Mail. Yo, your nice shoes you've got there. You're my best friend. And then when we get into the ring...
You've never seen boxing, have you? That one, yeah. I think you're thinking of Strictly Come Dancing there. I don't think actually that works.
Your pincer shit. Oh, that shit is good. And then defensive. Not getting me. I've never been in a fight.
No. Do you know what? I would have guessed that. Although after this, I think I might. Yeah. Of all the many ways I would describe you, Jack, street is not one of them. All right, the points go to Jack, Hugh and Milton. Now we play a round called JK Rolling in the Aisles. This game involves Andy, Milton and Mickey, so if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launched a wheel of news, and whoever chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. The winner is whoever I think is the funniest. OK, here we go. The first subject is the Olympics. Who wants to win that? Any persons?
Now, I don't know how you got on with getting tickets for the Olympics. There are still tickets for the Greco-Roman wrestling. Yeah, whoopee-doo. There aren't so many Romans in Britain anymore, are there? And those Greeks can't afford the tickets. And we will have forever our first GB football team. Yeah, it'll be the first time that Ryan Giggs, Ashley Cole and John Terry have got together since the last Miss World contest. But if you haven't got any tickets, go and see the Olympic road race cycling, right? It's free, yeah? But it's not the same as proper road cycling. Never in the Olympics do you see somebody having to go off into a ditch because there's a lorry turning left. Never do you see somebody go over the handlebars because some idiot in his car has opened the door without looking in his side mirror. Never do you see somebody fall off their bike because a car has screamed past and somebody has whined down the window and shouted, "Boo!" Although that may happen when the Olympics come to Hackney in 2012.
OK, let's spin the wheel again. The subject is food. Who wants to talk about that? Milton.
I went for an Italian recently. Well, he was annoying me. Incredible to think, isn't it, that every single Scotsman started off as a Scotch egg. Cold and gingery. I was grilling some tomatoes the other day, saying, "Who are you? Where'd you come from?" I almost got into the SAS. I failed on one question. They said, right, imagine the scenario. Terrorists have taken hostages. They're holding them in an embassy. What are your preferred tactics? I said, I like the orange ones. I was in the park the other day watching an old man feed the birds, and after a while I thought to myself, I wonder how long he's been dead. When the boys in the playground found out that I had a potentially fatal allergy to peanuts, they used to shove me up against a wall and make me play Russian roulette with a bag of Revels. That's all. Good night.
That leaves us with Mickey. Let's see what you've been left with. Let's spin the wheel. The topic is culture.
Yeah, I'll see you now, I think. Yeah, there we go. Look. Thank you. I know you're thinking this man doesn't enjoy culture. Well, you're right, I hate it. Now, I am an intellectual. I know I left school with nothing, but I did go to university later on when I got a degree when I was 29. It was tough speaking up during the lecture. Knowing everyone's thinking, blimey, the window cleaner's keen, isn't he? But when I came out, when I got the degree, I thought, that's it, I'll be interested in things now, won't I? It's all going to be fine. So I thought I'd go back to the art galleries again. Went into the art gallery. I don't like art galleries. I'm never quite sure how long you're supposed to look at the pictures for. It should give you a bit of guidance, you know, because I can crack on in a gallery, I really can. 3 or 4 minutes, boss, that's not bad, that's not bad, that's not bad. Just mess that up. I can be over by the door in about 5 minutes. The wife's crying at a Matisse. Come on, love, there's a Weatherspoons round the corner. But the other thing is, you've got to enjoy looking at other cities, apparently. The city break, does it actually exist, the city break? Is it a real thing? Went with the wife to Prague the other week, and she said, after a couple of days, she said, are you enjoying yourself? I said, yeah, I've just paid 15 quid for 2 cups of coffee. But at least we've got that bridge to walk over again. Because I've never done that before. Or maybe we could go to the castle.
Thank you very much. Point at that round, Andy and Mickey. Our next round is called If This Is the Answer, What is the Question? On the board are 6 categories. Milton, which category would you like?
Oh, sport, please.
Okay. Sport is the category. The answer is 1. What is the question?
Is it, in the majority of cases, how many people does it actually take to change a light bulb?
Is it what would I give Keira Knightley?
Is it what is Obi Kenobi's middle name?
Is it if you asked one of the cast members of Geordie Shore to count to 10, at what point their head would explode?
Is it how many hairs does Wayne Rooney have left on his arse?
Is it the average number of times a bag for life is used?
Is it how many lives did my cat actually have?
Is it what was Adam and Eve's postcode?
Is it the number of Father's Day cards that Prince Charles normally gets?
Is it what's on the back of the Queen's dressing gown?
You're going to have to give us more.
Sport?
Is it
Sport.
What score do you need to get to beat someone who scored 0?
It's the story about Nadal getting beaten by Screech from Saved by the Bell.
I think I know what it is. It is not about being world number 1.
No.
I think, then, it is about... Djokovic has only lost 1 match, hasn't he, in a year or something.
That's it. Very, very good. Well done. Thank you very much. That's it. Yeah. Yes, the question I was looking for was, how many matches has new Wimbledon champion Novak Djokovic lost this year? In an incredible run of form, culminating in his victory in the Wimbledon men's singles final, Djokovic has won 48 of the 49 matches he's played this year. As well as winning Wimbledon, the Serbian has this week been named as the world's #1 player. You watching it? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I hate tennis. I've got a real chip on my shoulder about tennis. They never came to our school asking if we want to be ball boys.
Where's your
Probably wouldn't have lasted very long, though, to be honest with you. Oh, come on, mate. Do you want me to lower the net a little bit for me? See you get it through this smoke ring.
It's a difficult journey to get to Wimbledon, actually. Underground, overground.
I get annoyed by the commentary team at Wimbledon because, like, Boris Becker can take his sort of criticism. He's won it 3 times. John McEnroe, that's fine. But Andrew Castle, every year, always pipes up. He's like, oh, Andy Murray's never going to win. Or he's not going to win Wimbledon because he's not going to... Andrew, what do you know? You went out once in, like, the 80s in the second round to a Latvian player who wasn't playing with a racket.
Murray said, though, that he was inspired by Djokovic's victory.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, well, that's counterintuitive, isn't it? Because to me, it just meant that there was one more person that he's now unlikely to beat.
It is nice seeing Murray on the centre court, though, isn't it? Because it's nice just to see one Scotsman in London with a roof over his head.
Do you want the bit of technology I do like, though, is Hawkeye.
Hawkeye is
Although
great, yeah.
Hawkeye, to me, sounds like a kind of Native American chief. When they go, let's ask Hawkeye, you expect someone to go, that ball, big heap out. It soar like eagle through the sky and land with big cloud of dust like buffalo. Is that just me,
What has been revealed this week about Sharapova?
Her grunt is apparently louder than the traffic on the M25.
Yes.
But surely that's just because the traffic is very rarely moving on the M25.
Yeah, they ran her on a charge, Sharapova. The noise she makes while hitting the ball and continues to do it is between a freight train and a pneumatic drill.
That would be really good if you could tape that and just put about 50 of them together and just put it on in your bedroom really loud. If the neighbours go, Christ, he's a bit near the mark next door.
It depends who you're with, but I've never been someone who sounds like they're hitting a tennis ball.
Have you ever...
No, you just...
Yeah, I had.
Like an eight? Really?
Yeah.
What
I
did
had
they
a
do
woman
to you?
ask me my front door number during sex once. Yeah, I can still to this day, I don't know why. I was banging away and she went, oh, Michael, what's your front door number? That's the absolute truth.
Was she trying to figure out whether you were in your own garden?
Why did you take her into the house?
And she just trying to find out where I lived.
Quite possibly.
What, you do have strange... People shout out strange things during sex.
My last girlfriend shouted, oh, tell me I've been a bad girl. I was like, and I hate it. I was like, oh, you've been a bad girl. I was like, why have I been a bad girl? And they said, well, you deleted MasterChef from the Sky Plus. That's really bad. It's fine, isn't it?
What will the film industry be waving goodbye to this week?
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, yes.
The last instalment of Harry Potter.
Yes, it's when's the premiere?
I don't know.
You're the one who asked the question.
Well, that's what the story, though. I don't know. Well, it must be this week. It's the Deathly Hallows Part 2, isn't it? Is that right?
I've not...
No, you don't know. Why don't we discuss it?
Yes, it is. Right?
Does the audience know more than we do?
I've neither watched them nor read them. This thing is passing by.
I've read them all. But the Deathly Hallows wasn't in 2 bits. It was in one massive book that stretched from here to here. And I read it to my son every night for 6.5 years.
Is it because towards the end of her writing career, J.K. Rowling was so rich that no one was going to go, you could probably edit that down. Oh, really? Here are £1 million for you to go away. Oh, okay.
Also, the cast are incredibly rich as well. So Daniel Radcliffe supposedly is now worth £48 million, he's got. But
Yes.
Unfortunately, it's all in Gringotts, and now the films are over. You can't get in there anymore.
I haven't actually read any of the books, although I watched the films with the subtitles on, so I've technically read them all. There was an interview with Daniel Radcliffe, though, and he was talking about his teetotal now. And he started getting into all partying and drinking and all that when he was 18, and now he's already given all that up. And one of the things they asked him was, what advice would you give to yourself as a younger man? And he said, don't try too hard to pretend to be something you're not. It's a very odd thing for an actor. You know, I mean, he's not a fucking wizard. You know.
Daniel Radcliffe has £48 million apparently in the bank, but he has said it's not for fast cars and hookers.
Who
yes,
needs a
yes, it is.
fast car?
What are you going to do? Is that an institute? What are you going to do?
Stop now as well. I want to see what the next stage is, because they've had them at school. I want to see them now, like, gap year. I also want to see Harry Potter doing his UCAS, because I know even though he did all that stuff, it still would have got screwed over by UCAS. I mean, oh yeah, you've defeated Slytherin, you've won the Quidditch Cup 4 times, but unfortunately you didn't do D of E, so you can't come to Birmingham Polytechnic. Everyone gets screwed over by that. There's some people that didn't get into their first choice universities.
That's the truth.
Yeah, he's speaking your truth, isn't he? No one here had a clue what he just said.
What's the DOE?
Right?
DOE, Duke of Edinburgh Award,
Oh, Duke
where you
of
have to be
Edinburgh,
racist to someone.
I've been around the phone to get a Jack here in Now we come to scenes we'd like to see. So if everyone can make their way to the performance area, please. I'll read out this week's topics and then we'll see what our panelists can come up with. Okay, here we go. The first subject is unlikely questions from this year's exams.
Discuss the metaphysical meaning of the following poem. My friend Billy has a 10-foot willy.
Would you like this exam to be A, multiple choice, or not?
The Bronte sisters. Shag, marry, push off a cliff.
Discuss the following. The Nazis got all their ideas from the History Channel.
Who's the chap in the A team who would not get on the aeroplane? Was it A, B, or B, A?
If a bank loses £60 billion in a 6-month period, using numbers that you've plucked out of thin air, work out what the chief executive's bonus will be.
Napoleon, a small man or a long way away?
Quantify n in terms of q when q is a positive integer that dissects a parabolic curve. How's your lucky pencil case now?
What's the name of that round thing that they throw in the Olympics? Discuss.
Poetry.
Is it all a bit gay?
Draw a diagram of the genitalia of the male elephant. Use all 30 sheets of paper.
Biology. Without singing, what is the knee bone connected to?
Explain the use of juxtaposition in Macbeth. Alternatively, write down everything you know about Macbeth in a blind panic because you've got no idea what the word juxtaposition is.
Drama. Question 1. What was it that first made you want to become a waiter?
What is your PIN number?
Okay, the next topic is unlikely things to read on a motorway sign.
For Middlesbrough, take the exit marked hell and then lose the will to live.
Accident. You were one. Love, Mum and Dad.
When lights flash, dogging is about to start.
There may be trouble ahead. Prepare to face music and dance.
You are now 200 metres beyond the junction that your piece of shit sat-nav is telling you you're approaching now.
For those of you looking for more safety tips, text now.
Beware, giant scissors coming towards you along the dotted lines.
Turn on lights in tunnel. They're on the right, just above the entrance.
Turn off the sat-nav. Use the force, Luke.
The North, where the men are real men, and so are quite a lot of the women.
If you can taste this sign, it means you've crashed into it.
throw banana skin behind Carnell. Super Mario and Diddy Kong approaching from rear.
There was a young man from Preston who tried to drive to Heston. The sign wouldn't rhyme and he ploughed into the back of a juggernaut.
Pick us up a pint of milk, Tell. Thanks, Trace.
At the end of that round, the program is Jack Milton. And that's the end of the show. This week's winners are Jack Whitehall, Hugh Dennis and Milton Jones. Commiserations to Annie Parkins, Ed Bird and Mickey Flanagan. Thank you for watching. I'm Dara Green. Good night.